Welcome, everybody, you're listening to the I Am Real Estate Show. You're here with Ray Smith. Sandra Johnson and Danielle Johnson have left me alone again, so I have to do the show all by myself. We have two new guests with us today. On the second part of the show, we'll feature Patty Gonzalez, who's Director of Housing Programs for the Community Investment Corporation. And in the studio with me today is Chad Casper. He is the part of the Casper team at Florida Post. They're home inspectors here in Tucson. How you doing, Chad?
I'm great. Thank you for having me.
Hey, thanks for taking the time to come out here. Let's talk a little bit about Florida Post. How long have you guys been in Tucson?
Yeah, so I've been in Tucson 30 plus years. I pretty much grew up here, but as a business, we've been here 7 years.
Where'd you go to high school?
CDO.
Okay, just making sure people pay attention when you go to high school and all stuff like that.
Good old Dorados.
Yeah, my daughters, both of them were graduates. One went to Tucson High and the other went to Cholla.
Okay.
We didn't get to go to all the other big schools everybody talks about, the big boys come out. So is Florida Post a local place or is it a franchise?
So it is a national franchise, and we are the local owners.
Okay. Local. You said we, so it must be more than
the
you.
wife and I. The wife and I, we run it together.
It'd be nice if you mention her name on the radio. I hate that you not mention her.
Yeah, she does more of the back office. She doesn't like the limelight, so.
She still has a name.
But Shanae.
Thank you. See, I had to pull it out of her.
She's my much better looking half.
We're talking about being a home inspector. Tell us a little bit about what does the Florida Post do that's a little bit different from all the other home inspectors?
Yeah, so our big thing that we try to focus on is to ensuring confident home ownership.
Yeah, Chad.
We want to educate clients. We don't want to scare clients, but we want to give them the confidence moving forward with their purchase on buying a house is the largest purchase of your life.
Right.
And so we want to make sure that they fully know everything that's going on with that house, structurally, mechanically, just everything that they need to know going forward so that they can make that decision with confidence. And that's basically what we do is we provide education. And
you said one of the things that you also deal with buyers and sellers, both sides of the fence.
Correct. Yeah, we deal with buyers, sellers, investors, multifamily property managers. We work with quite a few different entities.
When doing that and working with different entities, do you feel comfortable with the customers, or do you see them before the meeting or before they come out and inspect, or do you wait till you get on a plant on a site? What is your best way for you guys to do it?
I actually prefer it when the clients are there for the entirety of it because they can walk around and see things as I'm seeing them. And I can point out things and let them know if that's a simple fix, a cheap fix, an easy fix, or if it's something that's a bigger concern. So we can address things right then and there, and then I don't have to field a bunch of phone calls of, oh, hey, what about that? Oh, hey, what about this? It's like, we already talked about that, remember? So I prefer it when they're there for the entirety, but it's really up to the client. We're flexible, we're adaptable to whatever their needs and wants are.
As the lead for the Casper team, how big is the team, and do you have how many locations do you have here in Tucson?
So yeah, we operate mainly in Pima County, throughout Pima County, so the Metro Tucson area, but we also cover Cochise County, so Sierra Vista, Benson area.
Okay.
And then we recently bought another franchise in the Phoenix market, so we're just expanding up there, just barely starting. So
are you going to have to go out there and do some inspections out there also, as far as you or just the Casper team?
The Casper team, yeah.
Okay.
I won't be going up there. I like Tucson too much.
You said one thing about the Pillar to Post team, the Casper team at the Pillar and Post, is that you're a one-stop shop. What does that mean?
Yeah, so what that means is that we're all about saving the realtor and the client time and money. And so having to contract and call 20 different people to come out and do different services can be a pain. So we do everything in-house. So we do everything from the termite inspection to sewer scoping to pool inspections, all included with the home inspection. So we can actually bundle that into some of our packages, and there's quite a bit of discounts that we offer for that.
Right, so what you're thinking about is that mainly people can come to you, and we always go out for termites, we always go somewhere for those things. Now they only be done by you at one time, so you get one report with all the different things. Do you do when you do termites, do you do the report, the WDI report?
Yeah, we do offer the WDI report, so we actually contracted with a pest control company, so we actually have the licenses ourselves, but the estimate comes from that company. Whether you use them or not, we don't really care. We don't see any benefit to that, but we just want to be able to provide that third-party independent inspection.
So for sellers who are looking to have their house inspected for termites, do you do that pre-inspection for them also and provide them with the...
Yeah, we actually provide a pre-inspection service, and we actually have some cool stuff that we do with our software. We actually provide some marketing materials for the seller and the agent where we can highlight the positives of the house to help the house sell faster and for more money.
Wow. So with the wow, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
It's all about being a team, isn't it? What you're trying to say.
Absolutely.
Yeah. You want to make sure in the home buying realm that there's a team together. Everybody's doing everything together for the buyer or for the seller.
Right. We want to make sure everybody's happy. A win-win-win for everybody.
That's 3 wins, man.
Well, there could be more wins. I mean, we won't limit it to 3.
How about 9 wins?
We could do 9 wins.
Wildcats. Just bringing it up for people who didn't know the Wildcats have wild win.
Hey, we won the Super Bowl. We beat ASU. That's all that matters.
Yeah, but we had to have 9, man.
That's all I did.
Yeah, we need to get 10. Go to the bowl. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
So what else do you do? And for home inspections, what are the things that you really want buyers? I should go to buyers first. What is the one thing you really want buyers to think about when they're calling for you for a home inspector?
Yeah, so the one thing for buyers that I want them to understand is we're there to help them. You know, in a real estate transaction, you have people that are emotionally invested in the purchase. We have people that are financially invested in the purchase. The home inspector is neither of those. We're really just there to protect the buyer. We're on their team. We're there to help them navigate that portion of the home buying process. And so, and then also too, I want them to understand that they have the ability to pick their own inspector. Most of our business comes from referral from real estate professionals. However, the buyer has the right to pick their own, whether their agent wants to work with them or not.
I'm writing down a couple of things that I've just remembered. Do you do infrared heat?
Yeah, we do offer infrared scanning in one of our inspection packages, which is really cool. So I don't know if you remember the movie Predator. You know, so basically we have a camera that can do that and can see water damage, missing insulation in walls and ceilings. We can also look for any overheating electrical components, so preventing house fires.
You talked about packages. So how many packages do you offer to the buyer?
Yeah, we offer 3 different inspection packages, which is pretty unique to the industry. Most guys, it's just...
That's why I brought it up. I don't remember hearing anything like
it's just
that.
one, you know, they offer 1 flavor of ice cream. We offer 31.
Okay. And so is there a difference between, what are the names of them? What's the difference between the two of them? Can you elaborate a little bit?
We call them the 3 Ps, the Plus, Premium, and Prestige. So if you've seen Step Brothers, it's, you know, Prestige worldwide. But yes, we offer Plus, Premium, Prestige. The Plus is our basic inspection package, so it's going to cover the basic Arizona state standards, which we inspect up to 1,600 different items. We provide the computerized report, in which we do a printed copy on site, and then we also do an electronic copy, a PDF copy that same day. So you don't have to wait days and days and days for the report. You get that same day, you get results immediately. And then we also include a virtual report with all of our inspection packages as well. So we take 360 shots inside and outside of the home, and then it integrates with our inspection software so they can actually go revisit the house and see room by room everything that we found.
And then you point out if there were any issues with a specific area.
Right, correct.
Termites and things like that.
Yep. And then the premium package is the one that includes the infrared scan. Okay. And we also do appliance safety recall check. It's basically an app that you can run your whole house from. It's really freaking cool.
Okay.
And then the Prestige package is our healthy home package. So we offer an allergen test and a mold test on that.
Well, you're listening to Chad Casper. He's a member of the leader of the Casper team at the Pillar to Post Home Inspectors. We'll be back on the second side of the break. Talk a little bit more about home inspection and a little thing I want to talk to him about, that he won an award that he didn't want to mention. We're going to bring that up on the other side of the fence. Hi guys, we're back to the I Am Real Estate Show. There's Ray Smith with Chad Casper, who is the home inspector, part of the Chad Casper team, or rather the Casper team at Pillar to Post. Before we went to break, he put up some 3 different packages they have at Pillar to Post. But I teased you guys on the fact that he won an award, so I want him to make sure he gets a chance to tell everybody. Tell us about the award you won, buddy.
Yeah, so for this last year, we got awarded the Franchise Owner of the Year from Pillar to Post, which is the national award for the top franchise owner out of, I think, roughly 500 franchises nationwide.
That's pretty awesome.
It was pretty cool. It was a big surprise.
I must say. So I'm dealing with another winner over here, sitting next to me, talking about homes, and we're talking about the packages. And I'm curious as why you have the 3 packages. And I thought maybe you can elaborate a little bit more on the necessity of the 3.
Absolutely. So there's actually some psychology behind offering options. It was actually doctor that did this, but he was offering, just two options, and people would always go with the lesser of the options, whether it was right or wrong or indifferent. And so what psychologists have found is if you offer three different packages, people end up finding the middle ground the most. And so Pillar to Post actually created these packages years ago before I even bought the franchise, but it allows people to really pick their level of detail. That's really who we were focused on, is allowing the client to tell us what it's important to them, and we just do whatever they want us to do. So if it's a pretty newer house, maybe just the lowest package would be fine. If it's something that they're concerned about, if they have health concerns, respiratory issues, then maybe they get the healthy home package. If they're just like, hey, I've really only spent about 5-10 minutes walking through this house, maybe we want that infrared scan. Maybe we want the middle package. So roughly about 55 to about 60% of our clients go with the premium, the middle package.
Radon, do you do?
Radon we do offer radon as well.
Radon, thank you.
Yep.
I knew I was going to get that word incorrect. When talking about packages, say I go out there and I get the what's the first package?
The plus.
The plus package, and I say, you went through here and you gave me a briefing. I'm like, well, here's an issue that we think we made. It may be a leak, but we may have to. But you didn't pay for, or you didn't do the infrared. Can I then add the infrared to get that done? Yeah.
Okay. All my guys carry all the equipment, all the tools. We're licensed and trained in everything, so we can always upgrade or add things on site as we see and do the inspection.
Do you guys do look at the roof also?
Yeah, we walk the roof where it's safe and able to. If we can't walk it, we actually have 30-foot extension poles, and we put the 360 cameras on that, and we'll do like 360 shots of the roof.
And you were saying that you provide the client with 3 different kind of things. You said a computer report, a PDF, and a virtual report.
Yep.
So on spot, right there in front of them, you'd give them a verbal report, or you give them a report?
We give them we verbally go over everything, and we can certainly walk around and show them whatever we found. But we'll give them the printed copy right then and there, and then we'll do the PDF copy later on that evening. And with that PDF copy comes the virtual report.
When you're doing the report, Chad, do you normally have the client with you, or you have the client sit there and then you go do your inspection and then come back and brief them? Which one do you prefer?
It really just depends on the client. It depends on their comfort level. Some of them really want to follow along and just really kind of just be engaged with me at that time, which is totally fine. I'm used to having people and students with me, so I don't mind that. But a lot of times people just kind of hang out, and then we'll do kind of like a mini summaries, and then we'll do a full wrap-up at the end.
I remember, I think a home inspector said that if a person wants to watch and follow you, remember it's going to be a little longer because you're sitting there talking to them while you're doing the inspection. So if they wanted to be quick, or at least not efficient, and I'm not going to say quick, but efficient, then they probably want to let you sit there and let you do your report and then come back and get a printed copy, because you're going to go over each step by step.
Correct.
Each thing.
Yeah. It's a very detailed report, colored photos. Everything's in very simple layman terms for just the average Joe to understand. So we don't put a lot of technical speak into our reports.
Hey, Chad, do you color code the stuff? Like, hey, this is what we find that you need to get fixed, and blue is the things you need to look at, and here's some things you just need to watch.
So usually in our report, we do what we call a summary, which is we highlight the important items, the things that are really needing to be spend the most attention on.
I was thinking of something. I said, no. Termiting. When you're doing the termite testing, and when you brief them on termites, when do you give them that part of the report also?
That same day. Yep.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, so we'll go over the findings there, and then that report is sent out later, because there's some drawings and some other things that we have to do that we do.
And if they need to go get termite treatment, then they can go somewhere else to get termite treatment?
They can go through the company that we contract with, or they can go on their own. They can take our report.
If you're not pointing them anywhere, say, hey, here's your termite inspection. Do what you need to do. Here's who we use. But if you use someone else here, they can totally use whoever they want. Yeah, because it doesn't matter to you guys.
Doesn't matter to us.
All you matters that the fact is that they got the report.
Yeah, all that matters to us is that we provide that independent third-party inspection for them.
And you were just saying that you do a lot of training for a lot of people, Chad. And is it for all home inspectors in this Tucson area, or just to Pillar to Post home inspectors?
So yeah, I've actually trained several other franchise owners in the state.
Wow.
And then I also work with a school that trains home inspectors in Arizona, and so they'll send me students, and I'll take them on ride-alongs and coach them and help them through their licensing process. I'm
kind of upset with myself because I did not let everybody know how to get a hold of you. I'll make sure I do that before we move on. Give us a phone number they can reach you.
Yeah, so our office number is 520-271-3005.
And what's your website?
Yeah, it's chadcasper.pillartopost.com.
And do you what's your location?
Yeah, so our office is on Ina and La Cholla. It's 7428 North La Cholla Boulevard.
So I made sure I passed all that information got across. I forgot the last break to make sure.
Yeah.
The last segment to bring it up. But that's cool. We talked about that, and so you've been doing it for 7 years, but you've been in Tucson for over 30 years.
Some odd years. I moved here when I was like 9, 10.
What got you into home inspectors?
So I actually wanted to be my own boss. I wanted to own my own business, and I didn't really know what I wanted to do, but I knew that I could follow a playbook. And so I actually ran into an old boss of mine, and he had bought a different franchise, and I was like, ooh, the franchise model makes sense to me because they have all the back office support, they have the playbook. Mm-hmm. I just got to run it. And so I ended up researching franchises for about 2 years and landed on home inspections and pillar to post. It just felt right. So,
do you enjoy dealing with realtors and buyers and sellers, or do you have a preference?
I just love people.
Realtors, man. You on a realtor show?
Yeah, I love realtors. They're amazing. No, we're professional partners with realtors. So it's one of those things we don't work for the realtor, but we work with them. So, but we get along with everybody.
We talked a lot about buyers. Do you get a lot of sellers? You get some sellers coming asking you to do some inspections sometimes?
Yeah, it's becoming more and more popular because we're finding that people that they know what the red flags are before it becomes an issue during the transaction. So when it happens during the transaction, people run out of time and they're on deadlines. Whereas if you do it before you list the house, you can know what you need to do beforehand. And so we actually find that houses sell faster and for more money with a pre-listing inspection.
Because they have an idea of what's going on. You present them, and they go get their inspection, then you get a chance to compare, say, okay. And it's nice that when you look at your inspection, look at their inspection, like, hey, you guys, good job.
Right.
Good pat on your back, saying, hey, so that you can sit there and offer someone else. We had Chad and his team, and they do just like everybody else. It's just as good as everyone else, and they come out there inspecting stuff.
Yeah. Every time we've done a pre-listing inspection, the buyer's inspection never has anything significant on there that we didn't already know about.
Man, that's awesome. Before we go, how they get a hold of you again, Chad?
Yeah, and phone number is 520-271-3005, and the website is chadcasper.pillartopost.com.
And your address?
7428 North La Cholla Boulevard.
We'd like to thank Chad Casper, who is part of the Casper team at Pillar to Post Home Inspectors here in Tucson. Been here for 7 years. He's been a community member for 32,000 years.
32,000. I'm a little old.
We want to thank you for being on the show, man. Thanks for taking the time to come out here and be on the I Am Real Estate Show.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
We have Patty Gonzalez, the Director of Housing Programs for Community Investment Corporation, for the next couple of segments. Talk to you soon. Hi, everybody. We're back. You're listening to the I Am Real Estate Show with Ray Smith, Danielle Johnson, and Sandra Johnson. Danielle and Sandra are not available today, so I'm here all alone in the studio. So I don't know how my wife's going to trust me to do this, but she did. So let's get it started. We're here in the second half of the show, and when we got here, Patty Gonzalez, who's Director of Housing Programs for Community Investment Corporation. How you doing today, Patty?
I'm good, Ray. How are you?
I'm doing great.
Good.
First thing, tell us what Community Investment Corporation is.
Okay, so Community Investment Corporation, also known as CIC.
CIC.
They are a local nonprofit, and the housing department specifically is here to assist potential home buyers and work with the community to be successful in home ownership.
How long has CIC been around?
CIC has been around since 1996.
Wow.
Yep. So
I did not realize that. And it has been in Tucson since 1990?
Correct. Uh-huh.
Wow. And how did you get involved with this, Patty?
Because I spoke Spanish. So that's how it all got started. I was originally hired as a receptionist because I was bilingual and
nice.
And have been doing this since 96 and stayed in the.
So when they first started, you're from the ground floor.
Correct.
Oh wow, you're a founding member.
I am.
Oh,
yes.
Nice. Hey, I wanted to bring that up. I think that's pretty cool. The fact that being bilingual, something that's a great asset to have here in Tucson and throughout the United States of America, but great to have that other extra thing to get you hired.
Absolutely.
Okay.
It's definitely something that we utilize every day at work, so it's important.
Does the CIC have a mission statement? What are the things you're trying to accomplish?
We do have a mission statement. I don't have it memorized, but we have several different departments there.
Yeah.
And in those departments, we are trying to help people be successful in our economy. So we do housing, which is the department that I'm running,
Right.
and then we do small business loans.
Nice.
So an entrepreneurship program. So we do a couple different things, but it really does come down to helping the community be successful.
I think I'd like to talk about the fact you have several down payment assistance options.
We do.
Can you talk a little bit about them?
Yeah, so the different programs will vary based off of income. Most programs are structured off the home buyer's income.
Right.
And the lower that their income is, the more assistance they tend to get. And that's basically because when we don't qualify for a whole lot of house based off our income, you know, there is more assistance available to help people take that step, especially in today's market where they won't drop the price for us because we can't afford that price.
Right.
So here the subsidies will help with helping succeed in homeownership.
Yes, my question is most of that assistance financial?
A lot of them are what they call silent seconds. So as long as they don't sell the home in a certain amount of time, the money ends up being a grant. It's a gift. So the assistance, again, depending on which program, it's a lien. It varies from 5 years to 20 years. And as long as they don't sell the home, then they end up keeping it. They don't have to make payments on it. It's not a mortgage. It's an assistance.
And who qualifies for that, Patty?
All the programs are different. Most of them are going to be income limit driven.
Income limit, okay.
Yep. So, and they vary. For instance, so some programs might have, if they're a family of two, they can't make more than $50,000 a year. One program is family of two, you can't make more than $90,000, and another one is $126,000. So it's all over the spectrum, and they're there to help every family.
So it depends on kind of single person done. Also, I was making sure not just family. I'd also be a
Correct.
young
I'm
person.
sorry. Yes, home buyer.
I was making sure we go.
No, you're accurate.
Any kind of home buyer. And is a home buyer? Is there some limitations on a home buyer being a first time buyer?
Some of the programs do require first time home ownership.
Okay.
And what that means is that you've not owned a home in the last 3 years, or that you have at least been renting for the last 3 years. So there's those times where it comes up that I might be on my mom's title, and essentially you're a homeowner. But as long as you've not been living in your mom's home or you've been renting at least for the last 3 years, you are considered a first-time home buyer.
Because you have records to show that you've done those things, and they have to be able to bring all that information to you when they come to.
Usually as long as you can provide evidence that you've been renting somewhere for the last 3 years and not living at your mom's house.
Cool thing you said to me before we started was that you want to make sure everyone's aware that you're not a lender or a realtor.
Correct. Yes, and that's why I appreciate that they have me here today, because we're a nonprofit. We don't get in front of a lot of home buyers.
Right.
The realtors and your lenders do. And I like to reassure the lending and real estate community that I don't compete in any way.
I like that, yes.
Yeah, I'm not going to take your client because they work off commission and it's tough. So we bring all the different programs that are funded through the city, the county, federal funding, and we are what considered fiscal agents to help this money get into the community.
And how are you guys? Do you know how you guys are funded? You funded by a grant from the city or the county or from the state?
All of it. So we will apply for everything. Like we have a tax credit program, and that program's actually been around since 1991, and as an IRS program, but it's funded by the Pima County IDA, so the Industrial Development Authority local here, through bond funding, and also the city and the county have housing departments. So there's different HUD. There's HUD money. And so depending on which program, some program we get paid per assistance, so per family that we assist.
So with the CIC, one thing I was wondering is that if they come into your office, are they going to meet with you, Patty, or do you have a whole list of people that work for you that do all the paperwork? Because you're the director.
I'm the director, and there's only two of us there, two more besides myself. His name is Mario and Jessica, and somebody is usually there when you walk in. They will be able to help you.
Oh, you're not huge.
Well, not at all. No. So my department.
Conglomerate.
Oh, no. Yeah, the homeownership department. There's 3 of us total. The lending department probably has 5, and we have a family engagement, 1 person essentially. So,
okay. How do people get involved how do people get a hold of you, Patty, or get a hold of the CIC?
The best way is through our website.
Okay.
It's cictucson.org, and there you'll be branched to. You get to look at which department you're interested in, we have people that yesterday I ran into someone that's looking to purchase a home, and they currently have an interest-free loan on their small business. So they're like, I'm at CIC all the time, and it's like, so am I. So yeah, so now they're going to utilize our home ownership programs, and they are using currently our small business program.
Do you have a phone number that they can call, or do you?
Yeah, so it's 520-529-1766. So that's our office.
Okay.
And there is somebody always there. Our office is open 8:30 to 4:30. So we are back in the office. We're on Grant, just east of Campbell.
Oh, that's great. We're here with Patty Gonzalez, who is director of housing programs for Community Investment Corporation, which is a nonprofit that helps first-time home buyers try to get into a home with financial assistance or financial assistance that could be into a grant at a later date if you follow all the rules. I don't know the rules. That's why you go see Patty Gonzalez and the team. Thank you for staying with us. We'd like to welcome to our show for the first time, Patty Gonzalez, who is awesome. Looking to buy or sell your home. If you do have any questions concerning real estate, call the Johnson Smith team. Hi, guys. We are back. You're listening to the I Am Real Estate Show here in Tucson, Arizona. We are here with Patty Gonzalez, who is I had it written down here, who is the Director of Housing Programs for Community Investment Corporation, CIC. It's a nonprofit here in Tucson, been here for since 1996.
Correct.
And she has there's three of them that works in the office. And how long have the other two employees been there at the CIC?
They've at least pre-COVID, so that was 19. So at least a good 5-6 years.
What I want to make sure they understand, they're very experienced in all the programs, too, just as well as you are. So if you get one of the three people, don't be worried who you're going to get. All of them are experienced in trying to making sure they can fit you into the program that best fits you.
Absolutely, yes. So we run a couple different programs through there, so we're definitely familiar with all the programs coming in and out of there.
I want people to know a little bit about this, not the size, but just the scope of what you guys do. Not only do you do down payment assistance, you also do small businesses, small business entrepreneurship. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, so currently we have a couple different programs. Either there's the BIPOC loan, and that one is actually at 0% interest. And as people are paying those loans back, it recycles to make it available to other entrepreneurs. And through our small business loans, they educate on financing, on how to create profit and losses, things that you need in order for your business to be successful.
Going back to getting a down payment assistance, what kind of information does a person need to bring to your office to help the process go a little quicker, Patty?
So essentially, since we're not the lender or the realtor, they should be, we're hoping they're already pre-qualified and in the buying process, like they're interested in purchasing a home. And because they can't apply for the different programs until they're in contract with a realtor, but they can go in and learn about all the different programs that are available. And mainly what we're looking for is what their income is, because most programs, since they're income limit driven, even if they have their tax return, even 1-year tax returns or their W-2s, because the lender's going to qualify them, with all their pay stubs and such. But for us, we're just have an idea of making sure you're under those income limits.
I'm just thinking, would it be best is that if we try to focus on the lenders to let them know that the CIC is out there so that they know to send their clients to you guys also?
Correct. And actually, that's how I met Sandra.
Okay.
My primary contact or my audience specifically are lenders, mortgage lenders.
Okay.
And these lenders put presentations about all the resources and all the different programs that are available. And Sandra was attending one of those. So that's where the connection happened. Yeah,
because I'm looking at if they're already pre-qualified, they have all the information they presented to the lender.
Correct.
So the lender should be calling Patty, say, hey, Patty, I got a pre-qualified person who may need some assistance, and send them to you. Hey, please go see Patty Gonzalez at the CIC, and then see if we can come up with give you some more financial assistance.
Absolutely.
Nice.
Yeah,
okay.
especially because
I'm getting the system.
Yes,
now. I'm understanding that. Okay.
In homeownership, a big hurdle is the down payment. And especially with today's prices, it's hard to come up with that percentage. And a lot of lenders, we work closely with them. That's going to be the first thing they do. Is going to be like, if you don't have enough money, you got to go do this and go see which program is available. And that question did come up of, we do work with all lenders. All mortgage companies will tend to participate.
Okay.
And another mention was if a class is needed, and it depends on which program it is. Like for instance, we handle the mortgage credit certificate, which MCC program, which that's my baby. I've always referred to. I've been administering that since I started in '96. MCC. It's a mortgage credit certificate.
Okay.
It's been around since 1991. I've been administering it since 1996, and that particular program is a $2,000 tax credit every year for the life of the mortgage. So now you just purchased a home, and now you have these $2,000 coming your way every year now that you're in your home. So it's kind of like an added bonus.
Wow.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things we don't get to know. I'm glad you're on the show. This is pretty informative. And what I'm trying to think of is how do we get this kind of information to the lenders? That's what we need to get to. We need to get to the lenders.
Definitely.
And maybe also to some of the realtors. So when they have other lenders, say, hey, you need to call CIC. I won't say Community Investment Corporation. I'll say CIC because you can remember CIC over and over again.
Yes.
If I keep saying CIC, I don't remember the name of the company, but I know the initials are CIC.
Yes.
Yeah. So I think I like that idea. Just keep saying CIC every time you and I have a conversation.
Perfect.
Yeah. So first you talked about the mortgage credit certificate, which is a great program, and that's also financially income based. Also, am I correct?
Correct. So that carries your higher income limits, like $105,000. The purchase price limit is closer to $500,000. So most people will qualify, and that's a program that's, again, been around a long time, has plenty of money, and that one's actually statewide. So that one is anyone that's purchasing in Arizona.
Wow.
And there's always the misconception of I get to write off my interest as a deduction. So I won't get too much into tax returns, but this is in addition to that. So anyone can write off their interest as a deduction, any mortgage holder, but this is an additional $2,000 tax credit. So similar to your child tax credits, your earned income tax credit, your solar credits, but the benefit of this one is that it's good for 30 years as long as you have that mortgage and you're paying interest.
Question for you on that, but you have to start it at the beginning of your loan. If you can't do it, like if I already have it now, and I just tell somebody at CIC, they can't call in. They
Correct.
already have a loan.
You have to apply prior to closing.
Yeah.
So my audience is absolutely lenders. That's who I go after every day. It's just like, I really need you guys to share this wealth of information. There's tons of programs. It's just a matter of looking into them. And
you said that there are some hurdles out there about the process. Can you talk a little bit about that if you can?
The main one is the knowledge. I think purchasing a home is already difficult, especially in today's market with the rates and the prices. And some people are hesitating, or they think, oh no, my payment's going to be closer to $2,000 now. We're paying that in rent anyway. So there's just a lot happening that they're already overwhelmed, and I'm here saying there's a lot of money, you got to go find it. But, there's the income limits, and is there money? The money's here today. You'll hear there's a program here and it was gone in 2 weeks, and, so things like that. But there's always some source. They just come and go. Yeah, I think that when people hear about when they went to apply for something and it wasn't there, it kind of worries them or gets them nervous. I don't want to do this again. And your thing is try again. Always. There's always money. Yeah. There's always money. And us at CIC, at the nonprofit, we're aware of those monies. So there was one that came out in August, gone in 3 weeks. That same program just came out in November, gone in 2 weeks. It's coming back January 12th. So it's like, it's coming, and it's important for the lenders to say, hey, stay pre-qualified so that when it's here, we're ready to go. You and your realtor go out and find that house. That's beautiful. One thing I think people would like to know is that, are they just for conventional homes or single family homes, or can it be a new construction or manufactured homes? All the program, most of the programs, pretty much all of them work with all types of home. Single family, new construction, manufactured, condos, all of them. Not land, all right? Not land unless you're doing a construction loan, but there's not a lot of those. But yeah, you just can't be buying the dirt because you have to have a structure to go move into. Okay. Yeah, so there are the mobile home packages, where you get the land and the manufactured home. But yeah, it's all pretty much all types of homes. Yes. All types of loans, because you mentioned conventional, right. FHA, VA, all that stuff. So they're wide range, of programs. Patty, could you please tell people how to get a hold of you one more time? So We are at CIC, and the website is the best place. It's cictucson.org, because that way you'll find out about the housing, the small business, and we are actually on Grant, so our office is open. Somebody's there. My staff is there 8:30 to 4:30.
Do they need to set an appointment, or can they just come do walk-ins?
They can walk in, because again, people aren't really aware of us, so
we're going to change that.
Yeah. So
our
we
goal
rely
is to change that. Yeah, our goal is to change that. We'll find a way to get out to the lenders and tell them about the
definitely.
CIC. And my wife will tell you is that I'll never remember what your CIC stood for, but I'll say CIC every day.
Yes.
What does it stand for? I don't know. Just call Patty Gonzalez. She'll tell you what CIC stands for. Then you'll see what they do for you.
Yeah, a community investment corporation's a lot. That's a mouthful. So CIC is definitely, it's safe.
So you've been here. You've been with the company for
96, so over 25 years.
Are you a Tucsonian?
I am.
Oh, sorry, Tucsonan.
Tucsonan. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
I can't take Tucsonian. I get in trouble every time I see Tucsonian.
Okay. Good. Better you than me.
Yeah. And is this only for people in Tucson or Pima County, or does it go out to Cochise?
Well, the tax credit is statewide.
Okay.
So the $2,000 tax credit is available statewide. Here locally, all the down payment assistances are through Pima County, but each county has its similar type of assistance.
Okay.
So that's the benefit of CIC, is we're aware of all these funding sources and where you can go find it.
Okay, so if it's Cochise County, or you can help them go.
Correct.
Okay. I thought maybe you was only taking care of just Pima County.
Nope, we do statewide. So they can always say, I'm looking to buy in Cochise and I want to move to Sierra Vista, and we'll be like, okay, this is where you go.
Please let everybody know that Please let everyone know that you're a nonprofit and that it's all about the community. What you guys are trying to do is to help the people find homes.
Absolutely. So everything we do at CIC is about the community. And we, again, do not compete. We're not realtors. We're not lenders, title companies, anything like that. We are, how do we make people financially successful? Whether it be through homeownership, through entrepreneurship. And my goal is to get all over the state and talk to different lenders and be like, hey, there's these programs that you really should be aware of for your potential home buyers. And again, because I don't get in front of home buyers.
That's great. Can you do me a favor and tell everybody one more time how to get a hold of you?
cictucson.org is the best way through our website.
We'd like to thank Chad Casper from Pillar of Post and Patty Gonzalez from the CIC for being on the show today. The Johnson Smith team, your resource for all real estate. Give us a call at 520-850-1725 is Sandra. 520-904-7711 is Ray Smith. And 520-373-6864 is Danielle. And we'd like to thank all of our amazing sponsors who will be able to do the show without them. It's Pioneer Title, Indy Realty, Inspire Life Mortgage, Regal Pest Prevention, and Power Solar. When you use one of our sponsors, please let them know that the Johnson Smith team sent you. See you guys next week. I think the team will be together next week. Ciao.